Okay, friends, we're going to be making our Victorian houses. We're going to be using scratch paper. Most of these are a single colored scratch. You don't know what color you're going to get until you start scratching away. Sometimes you can kind of see a little bit when you get it. We're also going to be using what's called a stylus, and this is the tool that you use to scratch away. So the color's not coming from this tool. The color's coming from the black scratch paper. And basically what this tool does is it pushes away the little black lining, and underneath is the color. So as you can tell in my haunted house example, I was able to draw a lot of cool, really neat designs by using scratch paper. So one of the things about old Victorian houses, which we're going to do because older houses are usually the haunted houses, is they're made up of a lot of different shapes and details, as you can tell in mine. And when artists make things different in their art, change the size or details, that's called variety. Okay, so the architecture, which is a type of art for a person that designs buildings for haunted or not for Victorian houses, are typically full of many different shapes and size, windows, and designs. So we're going to start with the first front part of the house. And in the middle of your scratch paper, you're going to draw either a rectangle or square. And let's not try to draw too small. So I'm going to leave space at the bottom so I can draw some stairs. And I'm going to just draw kind of like a rectangle like this. And yours does not have to match mine completely. Now what I'm going to do is another one on each side of this, but I want to think about that variety. I don't want them to be the same exact size or width of this. So maybe here for this one, I'll have kind of more of a shorter square. I do want the bottoms of the other ones to be very close to matching up with this. And then maybe here I'll do like a really tall piece. So altogether we should have 3 shapes that are the same length and connected. Now, before we draw anymore, I want to start to add the tops of the house before we do the back one, because there will be some overlapping going on. And when you do the tops, you can do a curve, you can do a slanted roof, you can do a triangular roof. So I'm going to do kind of like a slanted roof that's connecting into this one. Here I'm going to do a half circle roof, and here I'm going to do a triangle. And for the tops of the roof, if you just want to keep them all triangle, that's okay. We're going to add variety in different ways. We're also going to add a piece to our house that's in the back. So this is going to involve doing a little bit of overlapping. And in our overlapping is when one shape comes on top of another. So because we drew the front shapes first, the back shape is going to have to be drawn around the front ones. So you're going to do another rectangle or square that comes from one of these houses, comes across, comes back down, and stops when it touches the top to the other one. So notice I did not draw through the front ones. I left it like that. And then this guy I'm going to do just another triangle roof here. Okay, so now I'm going to give my house some stairs. I'm going to figure out where I want the entrance to be. And I think I want the entrance to be right in the middle here on this shape. So I'm going to start by drawing the door just so I can remember that's where the entrance is. And for my stairs, I'm going to just do a rectangle that's the same width as the house. And then I'm going to do one below it that's a little longer. And then a third one that's even longer than that one. After I've done that, I'm going to draw a line under from these ones that come down and connect to the stairs. That's like the bottom basement part of the house. All right, friends, so now in each of my roofs, I'm going to add some kind of pattern or design. You want to make them different. So you should have at least 2 different types of patterns in your roofs. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe some like cool wavy lines. And remember, I'm holding this at a slant and I'm pushing light. So maybe I'll do a wavy here on this one. And then now I have to think of something different because I want to do at least 2 different types of patterns to get variety. Remember, variety means doing things different. If you want all 4 to be different, that's fine. Okay, so now you're going to do about at least 2 windows on each shape. And I want you to, again, think about variety. I want different shaped windows and different sizes. If they're all the same size, that's not using variety. So you can do more than 2, but here I'm going to do a really big window. So now we're going to think about what are we going to see the window panes or, you know, are we going to see curtains? So maybe in some of them you draw some curtains and add some patterns in those curtains. Curtains kind of remind me like a giant R. Maybe in some of them you just kind of have those window panes going on. You know, you can have something different, like maybe you have a really decorative type of window. Okay, so go in, think about how you're going to fill up those windows. Are we going to be able to see inside them or not? All right, so now I'm going to go in the bottom layer. I'm just going to add some kind of architectural pattern for that basement area. So that's looking pretty good, friends. If there's anything else you want to add, you can go ahead and do that.